Hello my friends. Hope the sun is going to be in your eyes when I get it the wrong way here, I think. Whoop, I'm slipping on ice here. Maybe this isn't a good idea. Oh, there we go. Hi. Hi, how's it going? I thought about this next crazy story for a couple of days because it's about an ex-girlfriend. And shit, that sun's really blowing in your eyes, isn't it? Sucks to be you. This person that I dated is from British Columbia. It's not related to anybody we know. Not in any, not on my Facebook, not on anybody's Facebook. I don't even know her last name anymore. I don't even remember. It was a dancer, a stripper, an exotic dancer, whatever you want to call it. And it was the only one that I ever dated. And you're about to find out why. So I was introduced to Katie at Mugs and Jugs, which was our watering hole in New West strip club that our good friend Russ, rest in peace, my friend Russ, I miss you. He used to work there. He's a DJ there. Jesus Christ. And he introduced me to Katie. And that first night that we met, we went to this crazy art gallery party kind of thing. So she was all impressed because we were all in with the art crowd kind of thing because we were the X-Files guys, right? So we had a pretty good time. We liked each other quite a lot. Being an exotic dancer, she was on the road and working on the shows that we did. I was working. And we got along pretty good, like I was saying. But she wanted to move in with me. And I mean, we had just really started dating not long before that, so that wasn't really something that I would jump right into kind of thing. So I was a little apprehensive about the whole thing. And she got a bit pushy about it. And it wasn't that I was scared of commitment or anything like that. It was just that I was working so much, 7 days a week. And 6-7 days a week. And yeah, it was just not the right time for it to happen. And I tried to explain that several times. That look, it's not a commitment problem, it's a time problem. I did not have time. I don't even drive. I didn't have a car to go around and look at apartments to rent. Want to borrow my icers? Boy, that's quite the rink. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pause this maybe because this is quite a. That guy turned around because there's this is like a skating rink right here. But I got icers, so I'm doing all right. Hey, I made it. All right, there we go. But there's still lots more places like this. It's pretty icy out. We had a couple of days. Yesterday, it was 11, and it wasn't very sunny, but a lot melted. And then we went down past freezing last night, so everything's freezing. This is the last beautiful day that we're going to have. I think it's -5 or -6, but there's not really a wind, and it is really beautiful. You're starting to feel the heat from the sun. Yet I digress. So Katie wanted to move in, and I was just not having it. We ended up breaking up and going our separate ways. She lived in Kitimat, and went back there and continued dancing or whatever. And I thought that was it. And then I think it was maybe the starting of December that year. This might have been 1996 or 1997, I'm not too sure. But she got a hold of me again and wanted to talk and apologized for being so pushy and promised that she wouldn't be pushy anymore. And I was like, okay, all right, well, I really do like you. So why don't you come down for Christmas and spend Christmas with me? So that was the plan. Spend Christmas together. Me and my stripper girlfriend. So she arrived, I think it was Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve day kind of thing. And I had to work, so I went to work. But when she got to the house that morning, she started right away. with this whole moving in thing again, like right away. It's like, come on, give me a break. Oh, something here. So yeah, she showed up and started going on right away about this whole thing, and it kind of pissed me off. So I went to work, but I was really, really like, you know, we didn't have a lot of time for Christmas, like a couple of days, and I wanted to rest and relax and get laid, and that didn't even happen. But yeah, she called a couple of times while I was at work and was even still kind of pushing, and it's just like, come on, like, give me a break. And holy shit monkeys. I came through here yesterday and it was like this, but there's a path up here, but you just have to be really careful when you come down off the path, off the ice. Welcome to Canada. So I stayed at work and I lamented throughout the day that my Christmas was going to be ruined by this woman. And at the end of the day, my coworker Dave and I went over to some friend's place for some libations and Christmas cheer. I got this girl from out of town sitting at my house, and yeah, I'm not happy about it because I know as soon as I get back, it's just going to start. And so we went to this party and stayed till like about midnight on Christmas Eve. And then Dave took me home, and she was awake. I was hoping she'd be asleep when I got there. Oh no, she was awake. And I had decided to save my Christmas that what I'd do is like the next morning, I'd hope she was sleeping or whatever, but I was going to say, hey, look, I'll pay for your bus back home. This isn't working out. And I was going to be a dick about it. I'd pay for a bus ride and everything. And I was going to want to do that in the morning. And then she could take a taxi and get dropped off at the bus station, and she could take her bus back to Committed. We'd go our separate ways, and that would be it, right? So she was up and awake. We were the only two people in the house, and I told her. I told her that the next morning I was going to put her on a bus. And I was sorry, but it's not working out. And she went nuclear ballistic. Like fucking flipped right out. She punched me in the face twice. I just put my hands back up in the air kind of onto the sides, and as she assaulted me, then she started destroying the house, and then she went in my room and started destroying my room, and I left. I walked right out the door. Walked right out the door and right up to the hospital a block away, picked up the payphone and said, called the RCMP, said, I've got an incident at my house. Could you please come sort this out for me? So I waited at the hospital for the RCMP to show up, and the first car that showed up was a female officer, and she was like, come on, it's Christmas Eve, just go make up with your girlfriend and go home. It's like, you don't get it. It's not going to happen. Not going to work out. And she was kind of giving me a hard time about it being Christmas Eve and, like, you know, asking this person to leave. But this person was fucking destroying my house. So another cruiser pulled up, and he was on the other side of her. So the way he pulled up, he was like right beside her. They were side by side. They could talk to each other without, you know, across the car. But the female officer was across the car from me. So when he pulled up, rolled down the window, and they were talking, and then they both turned their heads and looked at me and said, do you work on the X-Files? And I was wearing my crew jacket, and I was like, yeah. And they're like, okay, let's go. So all of a sudden, because I worked on the X-Files, whatever the fuck that means, my case was serious. So they were willing to help me. So we went down to the house, and as we got down there, I noticed one of my roommates had come back. I think Russ was actually in Alberta. And yeah, so Terry came back while I was out, and of course he came home and found her fucking freaking out, and so he was like, what's going on? And she was she was freaking out, And, you know, he thought I was the cause of it. So when I walked in, he was like, what the fuck did you do? Like, why are you being such a dick? Like, well, what's going on, you know? And I said, dude, and we were down in the basement. I'd found Terry in the basement. I don't even know where Katie was when I walked inside. I didn't see her anywhere. And I went down the basement, and Terry was giving me a hassle. And I was like, bro, you don't understand what's going on here. And right when I said that, she opened up the basement door. This is kind of funny. There was a while there where people thought I was obsessed with chickens. And I kind of was. Like, chickens are pretty cool animals. They're kind of versatile because you can laugh at them and eat them. So she got me this porcelain chicken. Oh, Jesus Christ. Got me a porcelain chicken for Christmas. And when she opened the door at the top, from the top of the stairs, she hurled that. And it shattered right beside my fucking head. And I looked at Terry, I said, see? So, and I don't know exactly how this worked out, but the plan was that Katie would spend the night at the house, and I would spend the night at a hotel, and in the morning Terry would drive her to the bus station. And I'm not too sure, again, why I ended up at the fucking hotel. But I had to check into a hotel on Christmas morning, Christmas Day, at like 3:30 in the morning. And of course, checkout is 11, so it wasn't like it was a big fucking party. And that's the end of the stripper story. So yeah, that's the one and only time that I'll ever do a video about ex-girlfriends. And the only reason why is because she's pretty anonymous. So, man.